Hi, welcome to Smosh Mouth. I'm Shane.
And I'm Amanda Lehan Canto.
And today we have a huge, awesome guest. We have KallMeKris here today.
That's me.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
You're our first non-Smosh guest,
Oh,
right?
really?
You're
Yeah.
our outsider.
Oh, I feel like so important.
You are
Yes,
so
you're so
important.
important.
You're so important. We're
Yeah.
so happy to have you here.
No,
Noel.
we're stoked to have you here.
Oh, wow, we changed a
We're
little
going to
bit.
change you now. We're going to go through all the Beatles eras.
Change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essex babes, yeah.
Yeah, six.
Yeah. No, I do. Thank you for having me. That's just, I feel, yeah, that's
Of
really
course.
cool. I was just like hiding in here and I just made them do it.
Yeah. We
Like,
did
guys,
walk.
put me on.
We did walk
She
into the
slept here
studio
last
today. We turned on the lights and she was here,
Call
very
me
scared.
Kris.
That's what she yelled.
Chris.
Just call me Kris. Just call me Kris.
Just call me Kris.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Before we started, I was telling you both about how today almost went really badly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I missed,
So
that.
we showed up here to the studio. I was getting my laptop out of my bag and I had it unfolded. I was like pulling it out and I was holding it with one hand like a pizza.
Oh,
wow.
yum.
And then I slip
Yeah.
and I drop it onto our concrete floor face down.
Oh, no.
And it lands and I pick it up and the screen is black and some people were around, like Courtney was nearby and she was like, "Is it broken?" I was like, "It looks broken."
Oh, no.
I think it's broken. And then I press a button and it's fine. But the
Oh.
edges of my laptop, like the metal
Are-
parts, huge skids, like
yeah,
it
yeah.
chunked some metal off the sides.
You need a protector layer
yeah.
thing.
On a laptop?
case?
Of course. Yeah.
Protector layer?
Yeah, a case. Yeah.
You need a force
For
field
that
or
word.
something,
Wait a
man.
second. You don't have a case on your laptop? If you're gonna travel with your laptop,
Yeah.
you need a case.
Do you not have a case on your phone? Are you one of those people?
Yeah.
I have a case on my phone. A
Okay.
very
Oh, at least
slim.
those people
a
are-
very slim
I don't trust
case.
those people.
they're just ready for death.
Yeah. No.
Or maybe they're the safest people.
Well, no.
I know I'm clumsy. I'm just self-aware, so I have like the thickest.
Yeah, me too. I have an otter case.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like
Destructive.
top secret level.
Yeah, like
security.
Throw it against the
like I
wall.
drop it. Sometimes in the morning I'll pick up my phone. I don't know how it happens. It's like I throw it. I'm literally like, why? One time I had a whole bottle of champagne. I don't know how that happened. I just went, oh.
I think that's
threw
just,
it.
You're just giving into a.
I
Whoa!
threw it.
What?
It was like 2 weekends ago. I literally was like, what? And it went everywhere. You know what? I don't know why.
I don't hold a baby anytime soon, please.
Yes, and
Okay,
also it's
cool.
like when you're over. This is getting really deep. It's like when you're on like a boat, like a ferry or something. Do you ever go on the
Oh.
railing and go? Do you ever feel that impulse to
you wanna jump?
throw?
You mean like the
No,
old,
not jump.
you're talking about the
No,
old
I was
lady at
just
the end of
kidding.
Titanic
Yes!
who throws the diamond?
Oh, that's exactly
And she
what
no,
it's like.
and
She's like this.
it's the best acting ever where she goes, "Oh."
Yeah. so true.
But you feel that when you're like on the edge of a railing over a boat, and you're
Yeah.
just like, I feel like I'm gonna throw it, just
Oh.
impulsively.
Oh
throw,
yeah,
like my phone.
I
Oh,
hold
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
way tighter.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
is that?
I whenever I'm walking onto or out of an elevator, whatever
Yes.
I'm holding, my
Like, go through the
deepest fear
cracks?
is
Yes.
dropping into the cracks.
I do that, and on grates on streets.
Yes.
I just like this. No,
Yeah.
no.
Not
Yes.
today, Pennywise.
Yes.
Yes,
My
exactly.
thought.
Oh, I like that.
I
Better
have
than
dropped.
Satan.
It was luckily just a pen. But another thing to be scared of
Yeah.
is if you ever go to the gym and you're on the stair stepper machine.
Don't go to the gym, but okay.
Like the ones where the stairs
yes.
like
Yeah.
it actually unfolds like a fucking
Yeah, they need to,
Doctor
like-
yeah,
Strange
yeah,
You need to get rid of
spell.
that.
No, I love them.
like a stairmaster.
Yeah, it's a stairmaster, but there's the ones
it's
that are
the
the
climber.
pedals.
It's like the climber.
no, but
That's
the- yeah,
elliptical.
The
I
one where the
I do
actual
like
steps
steps.
fold out. But I accidentally dropped a pen and it fell like into the machine, and I was like, "Oh, that's a new fear."
Why did you have a pen with you? Were you
Because I have my
writing down
workout.
goals?
I have my workout journal. I
He was running.
I write down. I write down my
That's good.
my lifting routine. I write
That's
down like
good.
the reps
That's
and the
fun.
weight. It's something I started doing. It's been nice.
think
And also I
that's
write
great.
down like maybe
that
my
for you.
dreams
That's
Yeah.
so.
and maybe what I want to do with my fucking life.
I think that's fucking awesome.
I bring my
fast.
vision board to the gym, and I
It's just a
I
picture
love
of
that.
you, like.
and you just put it in front of your stairmaster, and you're just like, yes,
yes.
it's gonna be me.
And it's just
Do it.
pictures of wine and like learn Spanish.
I'm earning it tonight.
That's like when you're. I love that.
Duolingo out on my vision board.
Like, hola, como estás?
That's like when you're
I
on
love
Peloton and they read off, the instructors read off people's names, and it's like riding for donuts 5, or it's like
Stop.
wine mama, or it's like will do for Cheetos, and I'm like,
I would
oh.
never step on that. That
That's
sounds
like
terrible.
their vision. board.
Peloton
It's their
is,
name.
you know what just occurred to me? Peloton is Twitch for stay-at-home moms.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I guess I'm
Yeah.
a stay-at-home
That's
mom
amazing.
because I love my Peloton. I
Yeah.
really do.
I love that. Hey, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
I just go walk outside. I just can't be looking at a wall or a screen.
I know it's hard.
That's all I do.
It's really
Just
hard.
Walk in the forest in Canada.
That
Fight
sounds
bears.
awesome. I'm jealous
We
of
live
that.
in the desert. Not much is going on here except for buildings.
Yeah, there's a lot of buildings.
There's
I
some
wish there were more
nature-y
bears.
parts.
There
here.
actually are bears in LA.
There are, right? Like
There
more.
are. They're black bears, small black bears that are up
Yeah.
towards like the
Like big dogs.
Angeles Forest.
Yeah,
Has
they're
them.
big dogs. They're not.
Don't pet them though. Don't recommend.
Have you ever seen grizzly bears?
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Terrifying.
Yeah, that's scary.
If you go a little bit more north from where I am, huge. Just
wow.
And even more north, then you have polar bears, then you're just done.
true. Yeah, they'll just eat you just for fun. And I bet them
God.
even scarier than that moose. Have you seen a
Moose,
I
I have
have.
seen moose. Moose,
in
It's
Maine.
as tall as this ceiling.
they're
like they're
as big as SUVs.
huge. They're huge, and it's terrifying.
You're just up in the woods, and then you just decide I'm gonna become huge on TikTok, and then that's what you're doing. You're hanging
Yeah.
out with bears. And
Exactly. No, but I actually do have to like walk around with a bear mace. There's a lot of bears where I am because I literally live in the forest. Like I'm on like a
Like
couple
you
acres.
made a lean-to out of wood.
Exactly.
And you're playing Minecraft in real life.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
exactly.
That's actually that is my dream.
It's pretty. I have chickens.
I'm extremely. You have chickens.
do you-
I'm actually so jealous.
Yeah.
Do you get overwhelmed
I should
then?
come up sometime.
Like, do you get overwhelmed then being, having to post all the time, like when you're living in the forest, or do you have to go outside and take
No.
breaks?
Yeah. It's much like when I'm home. I feel like it's easier to kind of take a breather and like go into nature because that's like my thing. Is like,
Yes. Yeah.
that's how I can take a break and like turn off my brain a little
Yep.
bit. But yeah, I'm on the road like a lot. Like
I feel like you're always somewhere else.
Yeah, which is fun, and I'm really lucky to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But it's nice to just like be home for a little bit. So
It also has to be crazy because so when I found out you were going to be on this episode, I was stoked, and I was kind of like doing some research, but I was also just thinking about when we first had you on. To be completely honest, I hadn't heard of you.
yeah, fair
which
enough.
is insane.
There's so many creators.
Because when I looked you up, and I'm like, you have 50 million followers on TikTok and 10 million followers on YouTube.
That's
but the amount of
insane.
times that happens nowadays, I don't mean it as an insult when I'm like, oh, I haven't heard of you.
No.
Because the amount of times I discover someone new and they have so many followers
Right?
is insane. That's
Yep.
just how big the internet is nowadays.
Totally.
And the internet also puts us into different corners.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that in a little bit of like the different corners of the internet that we're on. But I'm so curious because you weren't like an overnight success, I wouldn't say, but you did gain a huge following in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Because you started on the internet in 2020, or were you
Yes.
doing it sooner?
No. It was 2020, like April 2020, when like everything kind of shut down in Canada, at least. And like I was doing hair, and then I had a salon, and I had to shut it down. And then I was just bored because I worked like 6-7 days a week doing hair, so like not doing something was like I was gonna like implode. So my brother told me to download TikTok just to consume something, and I'm not a huge consumer of like internet stuff.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm gonna try to make stuff because I used to like make funny like vines and all that. Like
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
never famous or anything, but I was just like, I'll try it. And then it was probably I'd say like a month or 2 months when it started to gain traction.
Wow.
And then it went from like 1,000 followers a day to 10,000 to like 100,000 every single day for like over a year. And I was
And
like,
what were those first videos like? What were they?
at first I was just kind of getting the hang of TikTok, and when in 2020 it was like you'd have a sound and you'd lip sync and you'd put a caption and you'd kind of make it your own. And there was
Right.
a lot of that at first.
Yeah.
And then like a couple months into it, I was like, I kind of want to try. Like nobody even knew the sound of my voice because I was just doing all these lip syncs. So I was like,
Yeah.
I kind of want to just write like my own stuff, make my own characters. So I started with one character, which was like the little kid. Or actually, no, it was my Boston mom character. because being a hairstylist, I have like so many different moms come through, and it's just I have so many different characters. Just
Amanda
based on
knows a thing or
clients.
two about Boston.
Yeah, I'm from Boston.
Yes,
And I love playing Boston moms.
right.
They're absolutely my favorite.
And she's just like,
I think I have
doesn't
just
give a shit.
become that person where they just have no filter. They're like,
Exactly.
Oh, and yeah, and so and they also love death.
Yeah,
They
totally.
love talking about death.
Totally. And she's like a wine mom too.
Yes.
Like,
Kendall Jackson Chardonnay.
oh,
They
yes.
love talking about that was
Yes.
Southern accent,
Exactly. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Tom Brady.
I've been doing the accent wrong the whole time.
I feel like Boston.
Yeah,
Boston.
We're talking about Boston,
Boston.
Georgia.
Kendall Jackson Chardonnay. Oh, it's Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Kendall Jackson Chardonnay.
Yeah. You just gotta channel
Yeah,
that.
you gotta
Mouth
shout
wobble.
out.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
Wow, I
That's-
never knew that about you. That's amazing.
Yeah. So then it just spiraled. Now I have like, I don't know, like 40 characters I do. But then I did TikTok, and then I moved to YouTube because I was like, if TikTok goes down, I didn't even realize it was a career to begin with, but I was like, I'm gonna try to expand this.
I love that.
just in case.
Yep.
Because nobody else really was. Like people I was coming up with TikTok, I was like, I'm gonna go over here
That's smart.
and see what this is about. And best decision I ever made.
That's so
really
smart.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, do you do hair anymore?
I do my family's hair. They will refuse to go to anybody else. It's kind of nice. Once in a while.
Yeah.
No,
so
let's do a Smosh episode where I do all your hair.
I was doing some research, and I did find out that you were a hairstylist before,
Yeah.
and I wanted to ask honestly, like, what do you think this is good?
Genuinely, I saw you today and I was like, okay, your hair looks good. It looks like I like this messy, like, no, in a good way.
Chaos.
Like it's like I woke up like this in the best way.
It does
Like
look good today.
Put
Beyonce
a
way.
lot of work into
It-
it.
it looks-
I didn't wake up like this. I
and
put in a lot of work.
No, I know you did, and
thought about
I
it.
could look at it, and that's how I would like style guys' hair, like just to make it
Oh.
messy and like
I'm into that.
unkempt a little bit.
Okay.
Also love the mustache.
Thank
it's
you.
working.
It's
It's indie.
very
and your
funny.
hair is fabulous as well. I love your bangs.
Okay, so
Nobody can pull those off, and
Really?
you pull them off.
Okay,
and they
because-
show your eyebrows, your beautiful
Thank
eyebrows.
you. Because they were up to here, really short.
Yeah.
They were like
Yeah.
rockabilly baby bangs.
Yeah.
And I'm growing them out.
Yeah.
And I was telling Shane that
Yeah.
my hair is in an awkward phase.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like, what should I do? Should I like split them and have them keep growing? Like,
It's
and
a
that's
look.
the news.
It's a look. Yeah.
it's a look.
No, I know. It's like you think it's in an awkward phase, but I think it looks great right
Really?
now. But I'm like
Okay.
the same. Like mine's in a weird phase because mine was like
Oh, I love it.
edging on what yours looks like a couple months
Which
ago.
I love.
And then I love the short hair. And
Yeah.
I'm like, should I cut it again? Should I leave it? So I'm like growing it a little bit.
Me
seeing
too.
how it goes.
It's always in that, should I?
And then one day you're just gonna.
I'm just gonna.
shove that
That's exactly what I did. It was down here, and then I just
Yeah.
boom, and then
Yeah.
boom.
I know. I just slap right on my hair. It's fine.
I love it.
We all look fabulous today. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, we all look good.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I sometimes debate on it would take in the pandemic or in the lockdown phase. I thought about getting a mullet. I wanted to do that, but then I was on Goldberg's and they cut it, and I was bummed, and so I couldn't. I didn't have the option. But I thought about
You
it.
could pull it off.
But nowadays, I don't know. I think my forehead's too big for a mullet.
No.
No.
If
Think
you
I'd
had
look
what you
weird.
have on the top of your head right now and just a little bit of wisp
little
at the
bit-
bottom,
bit back
it would
here.
be. I'd
Yeah.
like
And
it.
I put a little ponytail,
I
little
Or
think
just
rat
a
tail.
just
Yeah.
one braid.
Yeah,
Just one.
Like my cousin
Like
in
a-
Jersey
like
who
a-
had a rat tail for
Oh, good.
basically his
a
whole
Luke
life.
Skywalker, just like
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
just
just-
that. That's
Yeah.
solid. That's solid.
I think so.
That's the Anakin.
That's
Yeah, that's the Anakin. Or just
Yeah.
do tips.
Okay.
Each
Frosted
Blonde
tips.
frosted tips.
Like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Got it. I also sometimes think about just shaving it all off.
Yeah,
Oh, actually, I think that would look really
because
good.
I think I'm gonna inevitably be bald one day.
you'd look like a MMA fighter if you did.
That'd be
Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
maybe the mustache. The mustache.
Just leave the
shaved,
mustache?
because if I have the mustache, then it's like, oh, but he's not an MMA fighter.
Shaving is literally my husband shaved all of this, and now he just has like a
Oh, damn.
Viking strip, and it's down to here.
Whoa!
And he just braids.
Yeah, but he's
Are you
He's
what?
6'5".
Oh, so he
I
is
think
a
that looks
Viking.
cool. I think.
Yeah,
the little
but
guy
still.
with the
No, what if you
little-
did like a
little bit.
Peaky Blinders cut?
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, actually, yes.
Great.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
fully
just like,
shaved on the side.
Yeah.
I don't
That
know if
looks
that's.
good.
Yeah, I like that look.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I love that shit.
Okay.
Noted.
Do you ever miss having a hair salon?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like very therapeutic doing hair. I was like a blonde specialist mostly. I mean, I did everything, but
Was it
like
your salon?
highlights. when I say my salon, it's like a little ratchet salon in my parents' basement suite.
That's still cool.
But it's
Love
a
it.
salon.
But you were doing your.
I
own
was
thing.
proud of it. Yeah.
It's
No,
a
it was.
salon.
I was like determined to always work for myself. So I actually did lash extensions as well on top of hair.
That's
so
amazing.
Yeah. It was
Hell
cool.
yeah.
It was cool. Yeah, I did like a couple years in university, and I was like, I don't know what I want to do, and I was like, I'm gonna leave. I went to Asia for 2 months, and my parents were really mad.
Wow.
And then I came back, and I was like, I'm gonna be a hairdresser, and then they were even more mad. And then I started to do
mad.
really well with it, and then they're like, fine. And then
And then you're like,
And
I'm
then-
gonna
but
do
then-
TikTok,
and then
and
I
they're
was
like,
like,
what's TikTok?
They're like, no, wait. They're like, no, until I like started to get, or until I was like, hey, I can go buy my own house. They're like, oh, okay, then that's fine.
Okay, fine.
It's when you're doing well in your thing. It's like when I moved here, my mom was like, you're a dog walker, so you're picking up shit. You moved to LA to pick up dog shit.
Yeah.
And it's then when you're actually doing well and you're like, actually, I have a career in this. They're like, oh, that's good. I've always been proud of you.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, I never said that.
I never said
thing."
that, and good for you.
It took a minute, I think, for a lot of my family to understand this because I came out here to be like TV film actor,
Totally.
and so it hit a point after 6 or 7 years of being out here auditioning, working on TV and
Yes.
stuff, then being like, yeah, so I'm working on this YouTube channel.
Right.
They're like,
they
what?
thought it was a step down.
So that's a
They're like,
website?
why?
Yeah.
A website?
Yeah.
Whose website? You're putting up videos on someone's website?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Don't do that.
Don't trust the internet.
Exactly. Yeah, when you say you make videos on the internet to older people, they're like, what kind of videos? It's like, wait, no.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's really funny. You talk about you're very big online. I mean, now that I know you, now I've seen your stuff, but
Still don't understand.
no, I still I'm trying to
Now
figure
that I
out.
know you,
So it's a website.
No idea.
But I think it's funny that you mentioned that you're not, or at least you weren't very online.
No, like.
Are you not very online?
Well, let's say
now you
right
are.
before this, or like before all this happened, I was like maybe once a year posting on Instagram. Didn't look at Facebook.
that was me.
Like, I didn't care. I was one of those people that was like, it's so dumb. Like you should. And then all this happened. But it's kind of fun because it doesn't really revolve around me. Just like because for me, I was like, oh, you just are self-absorbed if you do this kind of stuff.
Right.
That's not the case at all. I mean, sure, maybe for some people, but like.
Sure.
I get to like make stuff that makes me happy.
You're
so
just having fun.
yeah. So I mean,
There's a purpose.
yeah, and I like to make stuff and put it out there, but I am not. I'm
it,
not on it
scrolling.
scrolling. No, like there was a
Yeah.
period of time where it was. We all went through that. I mean,
Sure.
and maybe some people are still in that TikTok or Shorts or Reels phase where they just
Yeah.
go on for
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
But it like, I mean, and I've always struggled with mental health, but it just doesn't help that at all.
No.
Oh, so I want to talk about our social media experiences and what parts of the internet we're on and what we're avoiding. And I first off just want to say I agree. I was very similar to you
Yeah.
in that before I got on Smosh, I never posted
Yeah.
on anything.
Yeah.
Disney made me make a Twitter account back in the day, which is
Oh.
still my Twitter account that I have.
Oh, that's so funny.
Ah.
But if you scroll back pre 2015 when I joined Smosh,
Yeah.
my only tweets were like, was that an earthquake?
Did anyone feel that earthquake?
Hashtag earthquake. Like for years. That was my earthquake alert.
That's
Wow.
And then Instagram I never used. It was privated.
right.
I did not use that and I had nothing else.
Yeah.
And so I joined Smosh, I made a Vine account, started trying to make Vines.
Yep.
But I struggled with Vine. TikTok's a lot easier for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vine is tough.
6 seconds was so like.
I loved the
Limiting.
6 seconds. See, I
you
was
make
posting,
Vines?
I made Vines.
I've never seen one of your Vines.
Well, let's find
Let's
the
pull them
internet.
up. No.
I used to make, so I made Vines with my BFF, Steph Barkley.
Oh,
She-
yeah.
Yeah, she was big on Vine. I met her through Hannah Pilkus.
Yeah.
And
Also big on Vine.
I was doing a bunch of Instagram videos. We connected. Unlike you guys, I was actually like doing a bunch of Instagram videos, getting a bunch of characters out there for fun.
You were too ahead of your time.
I
'cause
loved
that wasn't
it.
the
That wasn't a thing.
Instagram was not the
No.
hub yet.
No, it wasn't at all. And TikTok wasn't
You're
even
a
a thing at
pioneer.
all.
It was Musically.
Yeah.
Or not even.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yet.
I wasn't
And then
part of
I met Steph, and then we did Vines together. And that's what kind of like gained his base following. And then I just started meeting people through her.
that. Oh, cool.
Wow.
But
I wonder if you.
didn't make me internet
That's
famous,
so
right?
funny that you were
Yeah.
running in the same circles as Olivia and Courtney.
Oh yeah, I guess.
but not though because I had never met them.
But I know you never met them, but
Just
that
small
was like
world.
the same circles.
No,
Like,
I know.
It's so
It's-
weird. I
yeah.
had no idea. I didn't think that you were at all. But you,
I
didn't think
thought that you were, you know,
knew anything.
woke up in bed and was like, "Good morning, Los Angeles. Good morning, Los Angeles. I have a gateway to the.
I thought you were writing funnies in the papers.
I was writing
comic strips.
I had my first article in the newspaper in 1945, Shane.
Okay.
No, I was cool, Shane.
I know you're cool. I never said you're
kidding.
not.
How
I'm
dare
just
you.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
But I'll be honest. I started, but it's always been a job for me.
Yeah.
Social media, when I post, and the reason my posts are always like not serious is because in a way they are serious.
Yeah.
I'm taking it seriously in just I view it as a job, and it's
Yeah.
why I've been so bad about it lately. This year I've been really bad. TikTok I posted a bunch in 2021. 2020 I started posting.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to treat this like it's nothing and it's stupid and whatever. 2021, I started like every week I'd post like one or two.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whatever. I don't f***ing care. I was not doing any of the trends. I was just doing shit.
Yep.
But I had several blow up and I
Yeah.
gained a lot of followers. And the
Right.
problem is I then got over 1 million followers. And then it became too serious.
Right.
And then I was like, I'm no longer having fun because
Yeah.
now there's stakes involved.
Yes.
And I've
Yep.
been so bad.
Totally.
I need to get back into it.
Yeah.
And
And then
I've been
people are
saying
like,
that this year.
Where,
Where is
why
it?
aren't you posting?
Uh-huh.
See, for me, I really had to take breaks. And when I go, here's the biggest thing for me. When I go on a trip, I am not on Instagram at all. I do
that's-
not go on. I do not go on a
good.
TikTok. But I will say for me, I feel very similar as like, when I post, I go on, I post, I share, I look at a couple things, and
Yeah.
I have a time limit on my
go.
Instagram. I literally have a time limit.
Yeah, I get that. I do
Boom.
the same thing with like YouTube videos. I have like, if I post a YouTube video, I will look at the comments for probably like the first 30 minutes and answer as much as I can. And then I'll leave it. And then at night, I'll set aside like another hour to just go through and like do that. And then even sometimes the next day, because I think it's important, but like you can't
It's
answer
important because it's
or
also
like all
it
of
is
them.
it's your job.
That's part of the job.
Yeah.
The community, the people are like, they're
Us
the ones
too.
consuming
Yeah.
it. Like, I need to see what they're saying.
I do
and-
read all the comments.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing to tell you guys
Yeah.
that I'm reading
Oh God,
the comments
it's gonna
right
be
now.
Shane.
They're gonna-
Shane.
Shane,
Yeah.
listen to me, Shane. Okay.
But I feel like since we are, this is like our job and whatever, I do find myself looking at things you probably wouldn't expect me to look at
Yeah.
on my For You page,
Yeah.
yeah,
on
yeah.
my main page.
Well, the For You page, you don't get to choose.
Yeah.
Not really.
Not really.
really.
But I think it says a lot about people, and I am so curious because you are so big on TikTok, what type of content you consume on TikTok, and how often are you scrolling through the For You page?
Not that often anymore, or like I'll give it a chance, but usually since I'm not on it all the time, my For You page doesn't really know me. And then it just kind of gives me the generic stuff.
Or it gives you what you were into
like
a month
before.
ago when you were scrolling a
Exactly.
bunch, and you're like, I'm a different person.
Or it just
now.
makes me mad. Like it'll just like a tarot card reading will come up and she'll be like, oh, like the 10 of Pentacles, like you're lonely, and but he's waiting for you. He's like, just wait, like 5 more days.
Oh,
Like, and
the
that's-
jester, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course I watch it all because I'm curious, and
Yeah,
then the
that's how they get
algorithm's
ya.
like she loves it, and then but other than that, it's usually what the ones that make me happy are like dogs, anything with dogs,
Yes.
anything like that,
Yeah.
or I love like true crime, so there'll be a lot of like, this is like the most fucked up story you've ever heard in your life, and this is how this person
And you also
died.
love paranormal stuff.
Love paranormal stuff.
So do
too.
I.
Yep.
Mine is like a lot of like ghost stuff.
Yep.
Paranormal. Mine's a lot of wild ocean animals caught in nets that are saved.
Oh, yeah.
so
I've seen that.
many.
Love
And
that.
so many kayak paddleboarding
Oh yeah.
shark videos.
Or like whales and
Oh.
stuff.
or whales everywhere.
All,
On
yeah,
Whale
and they're
Talk.
Just like,
There's
whoa.
so much whale stuff.
Yeah, I've been on Whale Talk.
Whale
don't
talk
know
is
what
a
whale
thing.
talk is.
Well, so whenever you're served a certain like genre,
Yeah.
and it gets very specific, that's
Yeah.
the part of TikTok you're on. So you might end up with a bunch of whales,
Yeah.
and that means you're on Whale
Whale
Talk.
Talk.
Okay.
Or, for instance, last night I came across a sumo wrestler video, and the top comment was, "Oh, I'm on Sumo Talk.
Talk?
Hell yeah, I want to stay
Oh,
here."
I'm
Yeah.
definitely not
So
on
you need to
Sumo
engage. You need to watch. If you come across it, you need to watch it.
Exactly.
You need to like comment,
yeah,
you need to
send it to
engage with it,
somebody.
and then you'll stay there.
Yeah.
I've been in and out of a lot of weird ones, but I want to. Okay, so more specifically, Kris, we can start with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
The question I'll frame is this, but you can also give us the genres of TikTok you're on.
Okay.
Who is the main character of your For You page right now? Who is the account or what is the thing that is showing up the most? Because I have a main character, and I'm trying to actively
Get rid of it.
I don't hate the guy. I'm just like,
Can't you say no?
I could. Well, don't. I'll get to it in a second.
Okay.
It's like, no, actually, there's this one guy that I'm trying to escape right now. I don't actually know his name, but you know how there's always one song that's trending? And like
Yes.
some people just hop on that trend and that's the only
Yeah.
song they use the whole time.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't know if it's a Russian song or
Is
what.
it?
No, it's like,
No.
it's like,
You know which one?
no, maybe it is. I don't
The
know.
girl.
Just don't sing it too well. Or
Oh
we'll
no,
get copyright
it's
struck.
no,
Sure.
never mind. It's like, I want Prada, Balenciaga, or have you heard that song? Give me
Yes.
Prada,
Not what I'm thinking of, but
Balenciaga.
I'm pretty sure.
And this guy, he just does like a stupid face with one filter and then another face with another filter, and I cannot escape him.
No.
But then I watch it because it's kind of satisfying to watch. But
Yeah.
That's why you can't
But I
escape
don't-
it.
I don't
That's
like
what-
That's a whole other
No.
phenomenon on TikTok of people who find a single
One.
thing that they
And I'm
do,
like,
and
why?
they get so much footage from that, and they just do it over and over and
Yeah.
over
It's like,
again.
yes, you're gonna get followers or like,
But it's gonna die out. It never lasts for
less
more than a month.
week, or even a month. Yeah, and then
You're right. It's a week.
it really
You
is.
realistically
a week.
have a week.
And
How long is
it's
this person
crazy.
your-
It's probably been like a solid almost 2 weeks, I'd say. And I'm just like, I can't.
He's
and
gonna
it's
disappear.
it's so terrible, but
Do
I'm
you-
like, I can't wait to see you disappear.
You're like, I can't wait to see you disappear.
Disappear.
It makes me think of, did you get served? Because this was a big case of it.
Okay.
The older guy, he would always be wearing like a button-up like checker.
Oh, eating
shirt,
the food?
and he would pour
The
a bunch of
spike-
food,
the
and then
hot-
and then he'd do the like
Yes, and then it would be steaming, and then he'd just go and burn his tongue.
burn his mouth, and then he blew up. I saw him recently. His videos are getting like 10,000.
Yeah, right?
That's what inevitably
That's
happens.
what happens. That's why you gotta
blow up.
diversify, people.
It's the life cycle of a son
Yes.
and a TikTok star actually the same.
I love that.
You could look at it of the supernova, and then it collapses down to a red dwarf. It's
That's
all the
deep.
same.
Wow.
That's
Yep.
deep as hell.
Boom. Okay, so
Boom.
you have this guy.
Yeah.
This guy who's gonna disappear soon.
He's gonna. I think so.
Okay.
He's probably gone. I probably could go on my. Well, actually, no.
That is
What
so,
happens if he finds
that's
out
so
that
weird.
you are actively?
I'm sorry,
trying to
but
purge
just
him?
try something else, okay?
do a different thing.
Just do something else
That
for
is
your own sake.
So wild that we get served these.
It's so weird.
It does suck when it's also a funny person, but they have a trend that they get known for. Do you remember the guy
Yes.
who he would wear the orange suit and he would stuff his pants to make him look like he had a huge butt.
Wait.
And he
Oh,
would, like,
yes, yes,
the, like-
yes, yes.
And
yes.
it was the Weeknd song.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's-
Yeah, he's Josh, I think is his name.
Yes.
Super funny. He's a
So
really funny
funny.
guy. But unless he does that thing,
Nobody cares.
people don't watch
You just
it.
unlocked a
sucks.
memory.
People watch it,
I know, I
but not
forgot
as
about
much.
that.
Dude, you just unlocked
It
a
was
memory.
huge.
Right? I
for a
forgot about
minute.
that.
Do you remember-
I always
wait.
watched them all. I was like, this is awesome.
It made me laugh every time.
Yeah.
And occasionally
Yeah.
he'll come back and,
And
be
he
like,
kept
all right, I'll
coming back.
do the hit.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
And everyone's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Do you remember the guy who did the Dora the Explorer thing? Who had the backpack, like, my backpack?
I think that was your
Oh,
For You page.
I don't know.
I
It
think that's
it was
just for
the
you.
strangest. My For You page is crazy, but it was a guy and he was wearing a wig and he wore a Dora the Explorer backpack and he had like really bad like
I know.
green screen thing.
No, I know who you're
It was
talking
like
about.
backpack, and he was like,
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
and I was like, why is this man chasing me?
Yes. No, exactly. And even like coming up on TikTok, I came up with a lot of people because a lot of people started exactly when I started.
Yeah.
And people had that one thing that they did. And I was kind of trying a bunch of stuff, but I started to be like, do sketch comedy. But I had certain characters and I was like, ooh, I don't want to get put in this box. Because people are like, I love that character. Like I had the one with like the tiny hand or whatever.
Yeah.
And people are like, bring her back. And I was like, no, I'm going to give you this one today. I told my audience, I was like, no, you get this and you're going to like this. And then I shoved new content at at the people and then they accepted it. So like anytime I do something crazy and new, it's okay.
Yep.
So like any creators out there, just do it.
Just do-
It's not going to do good probably the first time, second time,
It
third
won't.
time.
They'll get used
but
to
they'll
it.
get used to it, and then you're not pigeonholed.
trapped. You're not trapped in that one character that
Exactly.
then you're sick of doing it, and then you're
Exactly.
like,
And I don't
hate your
resent
own
any of my
character.
characters. 'Cause I've done
Exactly.
so
because a
many
lot of
that
people
stuff.
blew up initially similar to you, but
Yeah.
then they fade away.
Yes.
I don't feel like many TikTokers successfully go over to YouTube like you have.
Not a lot, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I tell all my friends that are on like TikTok and short form, like I'm like, go to YouTube, like and I was so scared too for some reason. Like I feel like all of us that started, they're like, I'm not gonna be good enough. Like I don't have the right camera.
It's 'cause it's
I don't have the-
longer.
but I'm like,
It's-
I'm on my phone for like the first, and like
Yeah.
you just gotta do it. But yeah, I don't know why people just like that hit. Like those, they know they'll get
That
the views on
quick
TikTok.
hit.
Whereas like I was like not struggling, but like for months on YouTube, I wasn't getting like
It's hard
anything.
it's harder to get
But
views on YouTube than
way
TikTok.
harder, but way more rewarding in like every way,
Right.
shape, and form.
I think because you have people, you have fans who are there for the long haul. They've
Yeah.
stuck with you.
Yeah.
They're there for your progress, and they're not just there for like the quick
No.
laugh.
Yeah, no, my following they're amazing. They're so positive. Like I'm so lucky.
I feel like your brand is very positive.
I try to keep it that way for sure. I try to make it revolve around that, but I'm like, I've been very lucky with it. And they're always like, do something else, do something new. What do you want to do? And I'm
See,
like,
that's
all right.
fun.
Like it's just like that's
That's
awesome.
fun.
It's
Meanwhile,
really cool.
our fan base. you.
Love it. Keep it positive. Keep it
I'm
right.
gonna read all the comments.
The comments are
You're
gonna be so
read them
bad.
They probably like
No,
the
I love
honesty.
our following. Our following and me have a weird back and forth.
Yeah.
We make fun of each other.
I love that.
They mostly make fun of me.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
There's gonna be a lot of another banger by Shane Top from iCarly in these comments. We have inside jokes. It's
Yeah. No, those are always the best though.
Your For You page doesn't sound that bad.
No, it's not that
It
bad.
sounds pretty good.
Sometimes I'll get like the ones that have like 0 likes, and it's
Oh,
just like
I scroll past those.
sometimes
I'm scared because I don't want to
same.
see a dead body. or
Sometimes
something.
I'll give it a
A
chance.
dead body.
You don't
Yeah,
know if
no.
if it hasn't been viewed by anyone.
It's true.
You don't know what it's
Like
gonna
sometimes
be.
the algorithm hasn't caught it yet.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
scary.
That's why I'm just like, nope.
Or like you come across those weird ass lives.
Oh,
Like
the lives
the-
are
the
always
lives
insane.
are. I don't actually like watching lives.
I never watch
at
lives,
all.
but like sometimes you get caught, especially the
You
Well,
go
the
on.
NPC ones.
Dude, Courtney can do such a perfect impression.
I saw her TikTok. I actually just did a video where I reacted to some of your guys' TikToks, and I did the one where she was like, "Oh, hi," and she's like doing the
She
NPC,
does
and I
that
was like, "This
so
is
good.
awful in the best way."
It's
but like,
so bad.
yes,
it's so
yes.
good.
yeah. Oh,
Popcorn's so good.
Yes, I'm a son.
I don't
Yeah.
understand it.
it's no.
I don't understand
Those
it.
people
good.
make so much money too.
I know.
Apparently,
Oh
I-
yeah,
no,
what's the deal with that? With the people who are like just doing
The NPC stuff.
yeah, because like when
Well-
like a rose pops up on screen on TikTok, then they're like, "Oh, a rose."
See, here's the thing.
Delicious. Like it's just like
I understand the performers. I
Yeah.
understand why you do it because you're making money. I'm not even saying anything mean about these people.
No, yeah.
I'm just saying I don't understand what people get from paying money.
that's
do this
that's
in
where
these
I'm at as
industries.
well.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
I'm like,
it's like a
why
controlling
are you
thing.
doing it?
It's like
I just would want to talk to someone who does it.
yeah. No, I agree.
I think it's a controlling thing.
it's a controlling thing, but I think it would be like better if you're like, hey, if you send me a rose or whatever, then I'll I don't know, I'll take a shot, maybe not a shot, but like it'll make them do something rather than just do the.
I don't really understand it.
people
It's
are-
one of
it's
those
strange.
videos that I watch where I feel like my soul is on a different planet. Like
Yeah.
it's leaving me slowly
Yeah,
going
yeah.
like
I feel like I'm
No,
dying.
no.
Associating.
no, you know when you watch
Astral
something so
projection.
weird, you're like,
Yeah.
remember salad fingers back in the day?
Oh yeah.
It's
that
like-
was great.
When I watched
Yeah, that was
salad
incredible.
fingers and my soul went.
Yeah, that like was pure nightmare fuel.
Also, that's what like I feel like I watched
Oh,
first on YouTube that
Same.
we watched.
Same.
So that ignited that weird
Yeah,
like
it was like it came back.
yeah, exactly.
That's true.
So,
That's
but when I watch that, I truly don't understand it because it's
No.
not something I'm
You
can
know,
connect to at all.
no, at all. Yeah, exactly.
Amanda, who's the main character of your For You page?
Well, mine's very disjointed. I feel like it's
Okay.
very weird. It's either like whale talk, I guess, is
Okay.
now what I
So
realize
whale.
it's called.
Whales.
It's definitely
Maybe a whale.
It's definitely animal saving stuff. A lot of
Okay.
rescue dogs.
Me
Okay.
too.
A lot of rescue
Oh.
dogs on like we found this dog
Yes,
on
and
the
then
side of the
takes
road
you
and
through
then
the
it's like
journey.
takes you through the journey.
Yes.
But then there's one that actually I don't want to get rid of, but it also makes my life really hard. Is like it's just the back of a woman's hair, and she's wearing this beautiful sundress, and it's her in her kitchen, and it's like French music, and it's like how she changed her kitchen or what she's baking today, and it's
like those
"Let
calm
we do
ones.
it,
Aesthetic
do."
TikTokers.
And it's like baking, and I'm like,
honestly bless those people though, because I do like come across those. Actually, you know, one of my really good friends, Ben, he lives in BC, and BC's beautiful, but
So
he
beautiful.
he always starts his videos like, do you want to go on an adventure with me? And he's like, too bad you're coming, and then he takes you through this beautifully aesthetic hike with views, and it's like, oh,
see, I love that.
Have you ever gotten served? There's a guy who lives out in the middle of the woods. He has a mustache.
in Canada.
It must be
It is
Canada.
in Canada.
It's this guy. He
Hey
starts
there, buddy.
every single one
He's
starts
so
with,
sweet.
well, hello,
there.
buddy.
Oh, hello, buddy.
Wait.
With his-
Today we're
with his
gonna be
border collies.
Today we're gonna be making some soup.
Yeah.
So first, what I do is I get out my big pan.
Wait,
Yeah.
think
I
I've
love
seen
my
him.
lovely big pan.
Yeah.
And it's you're just kind of like, at first I'm always like, all right, I don't know if I'm, all right, I'll
Oh, it's
listen.
so
Yeah.
great. No, I think he's
in.
Alberta. I've talked to him a couple times.
That
He's
guy is,
so sweet.
Alberta.
But those
Victoria. When I went to Victoria,
like OBC, yeah.
oh
It's
my God,
wonderful.
biking through Victoria was unbelievable.
That's why I can't leave, man. Yeah.
oh yeah, I would.
Oh,
Nice.
it's stunning.
really
Don't
pretty.
come down.
Don't-
And that's why
Don't do
Don't
that.
come down here.
that's why when I watch the women who are like, "La,
Yeah,
da, da, da,"
yeah.
my heart like it gets sore. Like I'm like,
yeah. Yeah.
So
and then I'm like, I want a vintage home in the English countryside. I
Yes,
said
yeah.
that to my husband, and he was like, What are we gonna do there? You're gonna get so bored,
And you
Amanda."
scroll twice and you forget about it.
Your For You page
And I watch a
is
kid
sound.
falling, and I'm like, yeah.
That's my favorite thing.
I watch people falling all the time.
Yeah, as long as they're
Oh,
not
so
getting
that's
injured.
also on your For You page.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's very disjointed.
So it's just like, hello, and here's how I redecorated my, and you just cut it over to a kid getting kicked in the balls.
no, I don't like that. I don't like skating accidents. I like someone like trying to take a picture and then they're like,
Yeah.
whoa, and it's even worse.
Yeah. Or like
The like Scooby Doo like
Yeah.
scramble.
or like a kid falling in a snowsuit.
Yeah,
in the snow,
exactly.
just
Or
like,
they're just like, or the parents that are just trying to take a picture and then they fall really hard in the waves. That shit.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
saw-
Just like
okay.
AFV, like classic.
America's Funniest Home.
I saw one where a guy, I would get served this guy. He has like clearly, maybe it's a fart machine. Maybe he's just genuinely able to fart like this.
Oh, love
But he'd
that.
be out in public and he'd have a mic near his.
I love him.
And he'd be walking around and he
yes.
just rips
In New York,
massive farts. Yes.
Wait, New York.
But there's one
I love
where he
him. rips
rips a massive fart and this old guy starts laughing so hard he falls over. Like falls and like tumbles.
Wait, I watch his videos all the time.
Yeah.
They're so
he goes,
funny.
Whoops, and he lifts up his leg, and then the girls will go like this. The girls will be behind him. They're like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
and he's so big, and he's like,
Yeah.
stretches.
Awesome. Like I couldn't do that.
It's whenever I come across it,
great.
it's my favorite video.
They're
I
so
love
good.
him. I've watched
Love that
so
shit.
many of his
They're
videos.
Love that
so good.
Your For You pages still overall sound way better than mine.
Yeah. So yeah.
Why?
What's
What's
yours? What's your
yours?
main
So
character?
I have tried to stay just on silly, fun TikTok, but
Right.
I have been all over the place.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I have ended up over the years. I have ended up on prison TikTok several times.
What?
Oh
is
yeah, people
prison-
making
Prison TikTok's
in prison.
really cool.
Wait, what's
Yeah.
prison TikTok?
Prison TikTok is where prisoners in prison
Yeah.
get phones that I'm guessing that the guards don't know they have.
Probably
and
not.
they make videos in their cells and just whatever,
Yeah.
and it's very entertaining.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
But
I've
it's
been there.
you're just kind of like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is such a this is a
Feels
look.
exclusive, though.
This is a look into something we
Crazy.
technically
My
aren't
TikTok is gonna change
gonna
now.
get.
Yeah,
I've also
yeah.
ended up on drug cartel TikTok.
Whoa.
Where they're digging tunnels or they're driving
like
boats
silly
with a lot of
joyfuls.
cash and stuff. I've ended up, and the comments are always the best part of that. 'Cause
Yeah,
people are
of
like,
course.
"Holy shit, what did I do to end up on drug cartel TikTok?"
Right?
So that stuff.
Why is there a drug cartel?
You need a
TikTok?
background.
There's
check
a
on
there's a
Shane.
TikTok for everything.
Yeah, there really is.
There really is,
There really
and you will
is.
end up there. But lately, this year, and why I think I haven't been as into TikTok is because my page is not as funny.
Yeah.
I've ended
Yeah.
up.
I agree.
I've ended up really hardcore on weightlifting TikTok,
Oh, okay, cool.
and it started, and it
Yeah.
makes sense
Yeah.
because I would come across like an instructional one
Yeah.
where it'd be like,
Yeah.
here's why your shoulder's feeling weird.
Right.
I'd be like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd watch that. But now I start getting into the memes and into the like culture of weightlifting TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, shut the up. You
Yeah.
want to lose some weight?
Yeah.
Or just like
Piece of
weird
shit.
bros doing weightlifting memes or
Yeah.
whatever. And so there's a couple things that I'm the main character of my For You page, I don't even know if he has a TikTok, and I think that's why he's showing up a ton, is this guy named Sam Sulek. And he is amongst this corner of the internet, this guy is a superstar.
Oh, okay.
People know who he is. He's becoming... My For You page isn't his content. My For You page is other people clipping his content, putting it up, or people talking about him.
Right.
What?
That every couple TikToks is someone being like a podcast where they're talking about him.
Right.
Or a clip from one of his videos. I know he has a YouTube page where he just posts daily, like him working out. But what's funny about this guy, I wish that we had like a cap in here. He wears a baseball cap really tight over his like face where you barely see his eyes. He has like long curly hair and he is gigantic. I think he's only like 21 though.
Is
Super
that
young.
fake hair? Is it attached
It's
to
not
the
fake
hat?
hair. It's not fake hair. It's real hair, but he is absolutely gigantic. He's definitely on steroids. Like it's just abnormally huge. But he's always just talking about working out and he's not, it doesn't,
Working
as
out.
far as I know, there's been nothing toxic or like messed up because he's only talking about working out. He's always completely out of breath. And it's just a
He's
clip.
not actually
I'll scroll.
working out.
I'll scroll.
I'll go back to my channel.
You're actually so close. I will scroll and it'll be a clip and he's at like a Planet Fitness on a thing, on like a chest fly machine. And it'll just be like, here's the thing. You'll do chest fly. You'll do it like 10 times. I'll do 10 reps. I'll just blast them out. But, it's really, all you need to do is do one. And if you just do it and you do it right, that's all you need to do. It's just one.
What?
And these are his videos. That's
Have
all
you
it is.
seen him work out? Because I
Yes,
think he
I've
just
seen him.
gets
No,
to the gym and sets up.
I've seen him.
Hey.
Yeah.
I've seen him work out and
Convince people you work out.
I've seen him work out and he's insanely
I
strong.
bet.
Like there's one where he's like, okay, I'm about to do incline press. I've got one plate on each side. One plate is like a lot of weight for an incline press. And he's just like, this is like 5% because I'm trying to warm up with as little effort as possible. And then he goes and he's just like doing this like it's nothing. And I'm like, that is a lot for me. And he's insanely strong.
Yeah.
And then it got revealed that he was a diver in high school. And so there's suddenly a clip of him at a public pool doing a perfect like triple flip into the
He's
pool.
just this gorilla.
Literally like that.
What?
Just a little bloop.
The funniest thing about this guy, and I haven't really done research on him. It's just what I've been given.
Yeah.
Is he's at a different gym in every single clip I see.
What?
He's never at the same gym.
This
Wow.
is what's sketchy.
This guy's got lore.
I don't know.
I know, man. I am so curious.
You're going to be one of the TikToks of you talking about him now.
I'm gonna end up
You're
on my
the
own
problem.
For You page talking about this guy.
This is why there's so many TikToks about
I
people
hope to
talking
God
about him.
He's figured it out.
I hope to God there's nothing bad about it. He seems to be completely innocent
Fine,
and
yeah.
chill,
Yeah.
and just a
Just
guy
natty.
who loves to work out.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of it, and
Wow.
a lot of weightlifting TikTok is very wholesome.
Totally.
A lot of guys
Really
are
positive.
it's very body positive and
Yeah.
it's very like supportive. And
I love like
there's-
hip stretching.
well,
I
there's-
love like different hip openers and stuff. There's
you go.
dudes
A
who
lot
are
of
doing
mobility
that.
work
think
ends
that's
up on my
TikTok.
For You page. There's
You're
also the
watching.
guy, I forget his name, but there's also that guy who stitches anyone who's filming themselves at the gym and is rude to anyone at the gym.
Yes, I know that guy.
That guy,
too.
and
I like that guy.
it cuts to him and he's wearing a cap that's like
Yes.
barely on his head and he's just like,
Yes. Yeah, it's like
he's
this
like,
fire.
the gym is a place for positivity and
Yes.
for us to be there for each other. And if you're going to be upset that if someone's walking past your video,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is a shared space.
Yes.
And that's the type of wholesomeness.
wanna
Yes.
find
He asked
him.
if I wanted to work out with him, and I was like, I'll have coffee, but I'm not.
What?
I look like I'm wearing a workout outfit right now. I look like I'm gonna wrestle
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
We
you look
walked
amazing.
into our green room and you were lifting dumbbells.
That's. I
so-
mean, yeah, like on my own time. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah, but not
But-
on video.
pulls out.
She's in the forest just lifting.
I lift logs, man.
Yeah, you don't need to
I
lift
chop,
weights.
I do chop wood.
Do you get lumberjack
yeah.
guy?
I love lumberjack guy.
Every
Thorin?
person.
Thorin, get off my For You page, okay? Get off it. And I've talked to him a couple times before, but like he's got it down too. Where it's like some people can't do the same thing all the time.
He can.
You can do the
Well,
same
he does
thing all
different
the time.
wood.
Literally can.
He does do.
I
different
saw him
wood.
cutting a
Different
eucalyptus
axes.
tree.
Yes, very. It's educational.
Yes, you learn
Sometimes
about
he takes
different
his
kinds of
shirt off.
wood.
He does
And
charity
sometimes
work.
he takes his shirt off.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
It's
are good.
It's very funny. I've heard people talk about him at the office where they're like, "Oh my god, I love lumberjack guy," and then
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, and then I scroll and I'll come across him and it'll be like,
I love lumberjack.
I understand.
You can't not watch it. And
I understand.
sometimes after he cuts the wood, he has the audacity to say "good girl." What is that,
I know.
sir?
No.
Stop that.
I
Stop
think
that.
I don't finish the
No,
video.
I
He's
can't
also-
even look at a tree
he's-
without getting aroused now.
He's fully aware of what he's doing.
And then he takes his suspenders off, and it's just like,
Okay, I think I never finished a video because I've never heard him say "good girl." And I don't know if I like that.
No.
It like
Don't do that.
No.
Don't wait.
Wait
till
a
the end.
second. You chop wood?
Yes, ma'am.
Chopping
ma'am.
wood is really
I
hard.
grew up camping a lot because we didn't have a lot of money growing up.
Yep. So you can't.
So
you
our
had to chop wood.
vacation was surviving in the woods.
Ditto.
That's
Wha-
awesome.
why- But I love it. I like
We
camping.
camped a ton. It's the best.
It's the best.
Best thing to do
It's
with
like,
your kids.
It's just like it grounds you. I feel like it humbles you a little
Yes.
bit. Everybody should go camping at least once. But
Everybody.
yeah, now I have like little survival skills. We had to go to like survival classes too.
Shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you ever watch Alone?
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite
I
show.
love Alone, and they always come to Canada too.
Yeah, they're always in Canada. They're like, we're
Yeah.
going to go to the most godforsaken place,
That's where I live.
Canada.
They don't go to Alaska or anything.
No, they do.
They've gone to Alaska,
and
yes.
They've gone to like the Arctic. Or,
They've gone to Mongolia. They've done Patagonia.
Patagonia.
No, I'm obsessed with that. show.
It's so good. And then you look at it and you're like, I could do that. And then you're like, no, you can. No,
What
you
about
cannot.
Naked and Afraid?
No.
Absolutely
No,
not.
Not
I
real.
don't really.
Bullshit.
I don't like.
Stupid.
I don't.
Stupid show.
Dumb. Why'd you even bring it up?
Dumb. You should
Stupid.
go.
Yeah,
out.
Amanda,
Head out now.
you can leave.
You could, yeah. But
No.
alone is like it's crazy because like they probably the hardest part is them just being alone. Like it's not even surviving.
Oh yeah,
and you think that's not
being
a
in
big
Canada
deal?
is psychologically very
It's
hard.
awful.
They have a hard
Terrible.
time there.
Terrible.
I start talking like this.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
I'm always alone. I just have my dog and my ex. my
I've never
wood.
seen Alone, but I
you should watch
one
it.
of my favorite shows. What is that Alaska show?
Oh, there's
48,
surviving
23
below
degrees.
zero.
Oh, below zero.
Below zero.
Why did I say 23
I
degrees?
don't know.
Don't
That
worry
was
about
weird.
it. 98 degrees.
The Nick
That's a cool
Lachey
one.
show.
Below zero is so
Amazing.
good. I was obsessed with what is her name? She's so amazing. She got
remember
attacked by a
names.
bear.
Yes.
And like they literally it ripped out her hips.
Yeah.
And she has
Dude, yeah.
she has like fox
Watch that.
friends.
You'd like it.
She has fox friends.
Yeah.
She is amazing
Yeah.
on Below Zero. She lives alone in a compound.
Yeah.
You would love it.
You
She's-
would. You
She's
would.
a badass.
There's a guy that went on like Joe Rogan. He was on Below Zero as well, and yeah, he just lives out there by himself. Built his own cabin and stuff. Like it's cool.
It's crazy. That's Arctic. That's
Yeah, that's northern Canada as well.
holy.
I think that's Yukon or Northwest Territories. Nobody lives in the Northwest Territories.
I've been to Yukon.
Have you?
Yeah, so I did Victoria. I did
Did you do
the
like
Yukon.
the Alaskan cruise or something?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yep. I did the Alaskan cruise.
Yeah.
I do not like cruises whatsoever,
Yeah.
but my mom wanted to do it.
Yep.
And the best part was honestly Victoria and the Yukon.
Yeah.
The Yukon, we went to this town and it was like a very sleepy
Yes.
old town and it was
Everything north is like that.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But Victoria, we rode bikes.
It's beautiful.
It was stunning. Saw so many bears. It was beautiful.
oh yeah.
Alaska was great too. We saw a bunch of whales.
Yeah.
Whale talk, man. This is why my
I
food-
love
Now we're
whales.
back to
Why?
whale talk.
But I don't understand the people that are like, oh, whale, and they go up in like a clear kayak. And then they're just like, and it's always a white guy.
That's my page.
Why are you doing that?
That's my page. It's a clear
like,
kayak and
"Whoa."
a white dude.
And then the tail like comes down, he falls out, and I'm like,
Whoa.
I hope
How
it
did
eats
it
you. I hope it
happen?
eats you.
Literally, what are they doing out there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What are they doing? And also sharks, like when they're
Yeah, that
paddleboarding
too.
by sharks, it's like Mark, watch out, Mark, watch
Yeah.
out. And the sharks just like, and then they always fall off.
Yeah, the ocean's not okay, man.
No.
Dude,
I'm
you
so scared
can't
of the
with
ocean.
that. Oh, I love the ocean.
Oh, you do? I mean, I love it, but I'm healthily scared of it.
I'm very scared of it,
Okay.
and I scuba dive.
Oh, that's.
I'm scared of it, so I
But
go as far
I'm
down
scared
into
of it,
as
but
I
I
can.
dive.
She faces her fears.
When you dive, though, it's totally different than when you're on top of the water.
yes,
When you dive, I have
you're
dived.
immersed.
Yeah, you're,
That's different. I
you
agree.
can dive with sharks, and they're more curious rather
Yeah.
than if they're looking
It's-
up at you
yeah,
and
you
you're
feel
like a
prey
blob.
on the water.
Exactly.
Whereas when I like being in it more so. But then that's scary too because like I always hear. I mean, I listen to all these like horror story
I
podcasts, and it's like the people
know.
that get like, what's it called?
The
What-
bends.
The bends. And
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
can
yeah.
avoid
the
the
air
bends.
bubbles and all that.
No, people are scared of sharks when actually just the ocean itself is
Yeah.
the dangerous
True.
part.
You
Truly,
should be afraid of
truly.
the ocean because
Yeah.
it's really scary. Currents.
Currents are
Not
Yeah.
even talking
terrifying.
currents are super. I've dived in a current and it's really overwhelming. Like you should be afraid of the ocean.
Yeah.
But it is something that my mom taught me at a young age. She was very intense about facing your fear. Like I got certified when I was 13 and
amazing.
I was very scared.
Yeah.
But we had this test that we had to do when we got certified. You basically had to tread water in this place called Shark Ray Alley in Belize, in Amberg's Cay. That's where I got certified. And it is a kind of like a weird sandbar where there are fucking stingrays this big and Nerf sharks everywhere. And they just like circle around you and you have to tread water for 20 minutes.
Fun.
Why
That
do
was
you
like
have
part
to
of our
do it?
test. So
In
you
the
could get
shark-infested
used to.
water.
So you're not scared of them.
Oh,
But
not
Nerf
panic?
sharks don't have teeth. They just have
Right.
like suckers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess
That's fair.
it is scary.
Yeah.
But the
okay.
kayaking,
No. Yeah, I
fair
agree.
kayaks, that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
only in
yeah.
a lake.
No.
Lakes are. What's down there?
I don't know. That's stagnant.
Well,
ass
honestly,
water.
Oceans, I
what the
get,
hell
but
are you
lakes-
doing?
But lakes, murky water.
Yeah.
What the f-
Stagnant
is down
water
there?
scares me.
We've talked about TikTok. We've talked about oceans,
Yeah.
bears, and lakes.
Love it.
I want to come back to you said earlier that you have 30 characters about.
Yeah, ballpark, yeah, 30, 40. I'm not sure.
What are I didn't realize you
Hell
had
yeah.
that many
I
because
love that.
I've seen Chad. You brought Chad on
sure.
to Smosh.
For sure.
What are some of your favorites from over the years?
Well, Chad is definitely one of them for
Yeah.
sure. He's just like
I love Chad.
that one guy that you've dated or had to deal with like in high school or whatever. He peaked in high school for sure. Riley's an OG. She's like my little kid character that I always do, and people would get so mad at me if I didn't say she was. But she's just like a mischievous, like she's kind of like Stewie Griffin in a little
Fun.
way, you know.
Yes.
And then Boston mom, Janet. She's
Could I hear the Boston Mom?
We should do,
Would you
we
be able
should do
to?
Boston Moms together.
What's that?
Yeah.
What's your Boston?
I
You don't have to.
It's like no. It's just like a really subtle accent. Like it's like I'm trying to think of what to say. What do I say?
Yes.
What should I say?
I always have a keyword when I jump into a character.
Yeah, usually I say Boston. Like I say Boston.
Boston.
There you
Boston
go.
accent. Can I get a cup of coffee? Like I just start talking like that, and it's
Yes.
like super monotone. She's like, Riley, shut the up. Like I can't do it. And she's like this deadpan. Like I can't even fucking deal with you right now. Like it's just too much. And she's like always talking
Love
like that.
it.
That's so accurate.
And then yeah,
That to me,
that's
to
the
me is
departed.
like,
There's so many
yeah,
scenes with the
and
Departed.
that's
City,
that's
Boston,
good.
like,
that's good.
very
And I'm like
city.
obsessed with accents. So my characters, I was like, ooh, I love doing like a Russian accent, and I come from like a German family, Russian family. So I was like, I'm gonna throw in a Russian character who like she's always on the precipice of like she could be a spy, but like she doesn't say anything, and she's Janet's girlfriend because Janet had like a messy divorce, and I was like, I want to have a lesbian couple.
Yes.
So I was just like, so I have like this Russian character, and she's like super suave and like really sexy, and like she's somebody I wish I could become. Like that's what I love. And then she has 2 kids, Misha and Sergey, who are with, and then they have a cousin, Boris and Svetlana, and then Janet has a twin sister. Like, but this is like I've expanded into like this
You
weird,
created
like a
Character
multiverse.
family.
a cinematic
Oh,
universe.
It like gives me chills. I get so excited when people come up to me and they like these tertiary characters that only come on like once every like 20 episodes or whatever.
love
Or like I have
that.
like a German artist who like was just at this like whatever this museum, and he makes the stupidest art. Like I duct taped a banana to like a grate like that, and he's like, "Oh, this is my art. Like it's priceless. I only go by one name, and it's Gunther. Like that's the best." So it's just like I don't know.
I love
I could
it.
go
love
on
it.
forever.
It's
No,
like
that's
you're
perfect.
doing long form based on, us 2 characters.
and it builds.
You're literally
it doesn't-
doing long
It's kind of
form.
like a Family Guy or something where it doesn't need to really be connected.
You don't
but
need
it
to
kind
watch
of
every
is.
episode
like
to get where they're going.
Exactly.
I
So
love that.
it's cool. The
The
people can
lore.
go back. Exactly. The people can go back and watch it all the way through, and it'll make sense. Like, oh, Janet met Katrina, and like this,
Yeah.
that,
Or
and
they
like,
can jump in.
And exactly. So it's kind of fun for people that have watched since the beginning. They get like all the little Easter eggs that I put in and stuff.
That's really
so
cool.
fun. I didn't know that you were building it like that.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like I kind of like that people either know it or they don't, and
I love
And then
that.
my YouTube's just a completely different space, which is really fun too. Like I can just be, it's just me, right?
Right.
It's not Well, I do some skits here and there, but it's more just me, which is really cool.
So if I go and I need to catch up on the entire lore, that is going to change my For You page.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God, it'll just be me, dude.
hardcore. It'll
Kris.
just
You'll be
like,
be you.
"Oh,
Call me Kris. That's her.
the next time I see you, I'll be like, hey.
So what happened with Misha and Sergey and Courtney when they did the seance? I don't understand how they died.
Is she a spy or?
I had like a
what's going
murder
on
mystery
there?
5-part
Have you
series of all of
ever
them.
have you ever thought about like having an animator animate all those characters and you voice them?
I went through all of that, man, with like networks. I had
Whoa.
Adult Swim wanted to pick it up. Like,
Oh my God.
yeah, it was crazy. And then I went like, it was YTV and Adult Swim, but it was more of like, I wanted it to be more adult, but then they wanted to change it so much. And it was like, it's going to take 2 years. And I was like, I could just do this on my own if I wanted to.
You could literally
And I still
hire
could,
an animator.
and I would just do it on YouTube by myself.
Yeah, you would. That's
So, but yeah,
your
that's
control.
definitely, that's something I've been thinking about like a lot, and it's an option, but I'm doing like other big projects too. Like I've written a movie with like my editor, and like we're gonna just do that and just do it on our own.
so awesome.
And probably go on tour with it, and then eventually put it on YouTube. Like it's just
crap.
it's just so cool what we can do. Like, and just
it's inspiring.
put it out. And it's so much less time.
It's
And
inspiring.
it's a little bit more effort on your part, but then it's like it's all yours.
Yeah.
You wrote it. You did all the
You
stuff.
control it. You hire
It's
who
so
you want.
cool.
You edit it. You fund it. You do
Yeah.
whatever you need to do. You don't like sell your soul for it.
Exactly, and that's why. And like adult, like I got good deal. Like I turned down really good deals, but it's just like if they're gonna change it that much, where
protected
it's
your
not
art.
even me anymore.
And you're just
So-
having fun.
And I'm just having fun.
you
Exactly.
need to
And I was
protect
like,
your
this
art.
is my little baby.
Yeah,
I worked so
yeah.
hard on it.
You always need to protect your art, especially ones that come from like joy.
Yeah.
When you're writing
Exactly.
for
And it was like a coping mechanism. for
Yeah.
me. So I'm like, no. This is like
no, keep that.
exactly.
I just think animated. That's so funny because I just think listening to all these characters, it would be so fun to see them all in like
Yes.
almost like a Friends kind of scenario. Like
Yep, it's
there's
exactly
one
it.
cafe that they all hang
It's-
out in, and then they all go to.
Yeah,
their
I
own.
wrote 10 episodes, and it's
crap.
I still want to do it, and it starts with like, sorry, I'm getting so off topic.
Oh,
No,
I
I
was
love it.
Okay, yeah, we're supposed to. It was like it starts with Janet and Riley in a car from Boston going up to Canada. They're gonna go to like a Bible Belt border town, and because Janet just got divorced, and then that's where they meet just this barrage of characters. And she starts working in the mall as a hairdresser. Chad works at the Foot Locker place, and like
Amazing.
and it's
The mall is
so
the best place to be.
I was like, I still really want to do it. So you reminded me of that. So thank you.
I love that.
I got to bring it back.
I'm really, really inspired by that.
That is so cool how
Yeah.
much you, because literally we've used this podcast as a means of motivating me to write.
Oh, good! Yay!
Because
Mainly just to motivate Shane.
it's
to write.
I'm
Love that.
using this
We love
selfishly to
selfishness.
try to motivate me to
That's
get stuff
okay.
done.
That's good.
I think we have a little bit of time left. We asked you if we wanted to all try to pitch a bunch of new characters.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Just dumb, stupid characters.
Yeah.
So we could throw them out here. We have a last little bit. We're gonna
Yeah.
cap this off. We could all take turns and just throw out
yeah,
characters.
you guys go first because
We
I
could-
didn't even come up with
we
anything.
could
but I'm gonna
elaborate.
do it on the fly.
do it on the fly. It's probably gonna be better than us. Or at
just
the
wanna
very
see
least,
how
at the
in-depth
very
you
least,
are.
I could pitch some of these
Yeah.
characters, and you could let us know what you think.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, I
I love
like
Because
that.
I haven't made a new character in a minute.
Sure.
Yeah, let's
okay.
do
I
that.
have like the Chosen Dumpster Wizard, but I haven't.
Oh my God,
I haven't
love
made
this.
a.
Yeah, let's do
I
it.
was there, man. So okay, here's a character that I want to do.
Yes.
And I think this is a very legit one. Guy who drinks yerba mate.
You're,
You mean Spencer?
Yerba mate. Have you heard of yerba mate?
what's that?
You've never heard of yerba mate?
It's
No.
basically like
think it's 'cause
a
we live in LA.
healthier
Yeah.
any
Oh, yeah.
energy drink.
okay.
It's like a tea, though.
Okay,
It's
okay.
a tea.
It's a tea.
It comes in these yellow cans.
Okay.
You'll see it now.
Okay.
You'll start to
Yeah,
notice it.
now I'll see it everywhere.
And there's a type of person who drinks
just
yerba
only
mate.
drinks that.
It kind of reminds me of the guy on my For You page who is a human Tarzan.
Yes.
The guy who's like the human Tarzan who
They're-
climbs trees.
like
they're
his
always
whole
super
personality revolves around it.
But I feel like
love
this guy
that.
maybe isn't chill because he has too many yerba mates.
I think he's
Oh.
chill though, but there's like I just mean there's a mindset to a person who drinks yerba mate.
Okay.
They typically like the outdoors. Spencer's a kind of twist on them.
So what's the attitude?
I think the attitude is so it ties in. I kind of wrote this as a secondary character, but it's the same guy, which is shirtless guy on a hike.
Okay.
And that's a guy.
Yeah.
And that guy drinks yerba mate.
Yeah.
Is kind of just very confident. Like he loves nature, but he's made nature his identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like there's just like a vibe. They're the ones that when you're walking through the woods, you come across them and they're like, how's it going?
Yeah.
Good day,
They're
huh?
wearing
Yeah.
like jean shorts and their shirt
Yeah.
in the back
And they
pocket.
always call out, they're like, you see that bird up there. It's kind of crazy. Like they're actually going extinct, but
Yeah,
it's really
right?
cool. Do you want to see? I found a vantage point, and you're like, I am.
You're like, I
hiking.
can't breathe right now.
They're
Yeah,
also the ones
shut
that are
up.
like,
Yeah.
you got some switchbacks up there,
Yeah,
pretty tough,
yeah.
but
It's pretty muddy up there.
after
Watch
there,
your
it's smooth
step. He's
sailing
wearing,
to the peak.
like high top Converse.
Yeah, no, they're so
Shit
chill.
shoes.
Just like he lives there, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
I
They're-
love that.
They're so positive, but you somehow kind of hate them. I don't know.
Yeah. Always. I love
Oh, so I'll bring this up next week as well. Pinata surgeon.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Hardcore guy.
I
Think
love
George
that.
Clooney in ER.
Okay.
But he just gets pinatas. And maybe he's at a kid's party and they break the pinata and he's just like,
me get in there.
oh,
Yeah.
He's like, come on, give me something. Oh, we're losing him.
All the kids are freaking out. They're like,
We're losing him. We're losing the Three Musketeers.
The kids are like, get away from our
Yeah.
pinata.
What are you doing?
want the candy.
We want the snacks.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I brought the okay. I actually this is a character I actually really want to do, and I think
Okay.
I'll do it on Try Not to Laugh at some point. Or
Yes.
I want to play Stephen King,
Ooh.
but I want to be Stephen
love.
King, and he kind of talk about. We were talking about this, or we're gonna. Never mind. I know it's so we talked about it with Olivia, but that's in the future.
Okay, yeah. That podcast in the future.
I want to play Stephen King, but he is always pitching why everything's spooky.
Ooh.
And I think he kind of like that's kind of his thing. He just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like he's just
A
like a little too
house.
into it. And it's not even
Spooky.
it's not even right. It's
Yeah.
like talk about your day. Like talk about what you're gonna do. Talk about like what you did this
We're gonna
past
eat
week.
lunch
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah, gonna eat
Oh.
lunch, gonna grab some coffee.
But what
Yeah.
if the coffee actually has poison in it?
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
I
That's
actually
good.
love
I
that.
like that.
Spooky.
I love that. He makes that's a
good.
grounded character, in my opinion.
Yeah,
That's
I
almost
think
just
so.
like, yeah, but what if the
Yeah.
chair started talking and
Yeah.
eating your leg?
Yeah, right?
So you have a date on Friday. Yeah. What if she turns out to be a witch? She's actually gonna steal your soul.
Okay, but I want to put
I like this.
I want to put him with
my
the
favorite
I want to put him
author.
with someone who's just like, yeah, man, she could be a witch. Like she
Yeah,
could be great.
it's just a
He's
stoner.
not understanding it at all. Maybe he's with the yerba
I was
mate.
gonna say, put him with that guy.
That guy,
Yerba
that guy's
mate
like,
guy.
I'm thinking about going up on a hike tomorrow. He's like, what if you accidentally get lost and then kidnapped by a lady who's a fan of yours? And she breaks your ankle.
Dude, I would
That's the plot
love
of a
that.
movie.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah,
that
that
misery?
Yeah,
book?
Oh wait, I already had that idea.
Oh, shit.
He gets f***ed up
But
when
it
he
ends up
already
all
had the
being a
idea.
dream. Yeah, damn it.
You should do those two together.
That's great.
Okay,
I
I'll
like
do
that a
Stephen
lot.
King.
I like that a lot. I
First.
love his books too. That's great.
too.
I love
I
that.
kind of feel like you have a lot of connection to the East Coast,
Yeah.
right? Is it because of Canada?
Canada, the
Yeah, I
East Coast
guess.
just wraps up into the
I
north
was
and
like,
it stays the same.
I'm on the West Coast.
Because you're on the West
but-
Coast of Canada, but like Maine, Boston, like
Yeah. Yeah, and then they
Sounds
go
like
up to
your
like Newfoundland for
Mhm.
Newfies are just Irish people basically. Those are where like the true Canadians are. They're like, what
Really?
are you at? What are you doing? What are you going about? Like that's how they talk. Like they talk like that. Yeah, it's like you're like,
all, they literally sound Irish.
Oh,
yeah, how you doing? Hey,
welcome to
Yeah,
Canada.
they're like, no, that's literally what they talk. about.
Literally,
What
what
the
are you talking about?
Like they're talking about that, like they talk like this, and they talk like
What?
Like you like I can understand them, but if you were just to come to Newfoundland, you'd be like,
Are they?
am I in Ireland?
Is that where the Keebler elves are?
Yes.
We're gonna have to work on that character.
Work on,
Guys, hear me out. Keebler elf.
'Kay.
Just out.
but blasted
But-
cigs. Keebler elf, but he's just. All right,
my
we
God,
gotta make some
yeah.
more cookies.
I kind of love that.
Love
Ah,
that.
shit.
I kind of love
That's
that.
great. That's great.
Wow.
You have. Those are good.
Those are good.
Those are good
The
characters.
Stephen King one was my favorite.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
I love
great.
that one.
Oh, actually, I'll have this. I wrote two more. I have Mickey apologizing for some like recent controversy. So, like
Mickey
it's-
Mouse?
Mickey Mouse, like just some sort of Mickey like controversy, and he just starts off in this video, and he's just like, "The past few days have been extremely difficult for me and my mental health. I've been working on myself, and I think the best answer moving forward is I've talked with Goofy, I've talked with Donald, and I think I'm going to take a step away from the screen for a minute.
I fucking love that.
And they ask Goofy.
so
They ask Goofy to comment on it. He's like, "Oh gosh, I don't know what to say."
That's actually really
That's
good.
the way, just the upper register.
Yeah.
I just like to. That's perfect. That's great.
I love that.
Oh my
I had
God.
one other character, and I wrote Amanda, and I wrote,
What?
"Don't be mad. I thought this is a kind of funny. This isn't true. This is a archetype. This is an exaggeration.
Okay.
But it's Amanda hearing a really bad idea and being like, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Being too nice. That's what you did to me
Oh my
earlier.
God.
What I just
Oh my God, I
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
what you
That's
just
such
did.
that's such a good idea.
Is that what I've been doing for an
But
hour?
like, let's just backtrack. I think, no, stay with me. I think that maybe if we just don't do that, but like,
Wow,
true.
Chris already has a perfect
it's
Amanda impression.
True.
No,
That's
it's
okay.
not
That's
true.
like a
You're a
Canadian
very
thing,
sweet
too.
person, and you're not lying. That's what I've learned.
sugarcoat
That's-
a little bit for feeling.
It's not good though.
No, it's fine.
Because the thing is, when you are from Boston and you
Yeah.
are seen as a masshole, I've had a lot of people like, you've got anger problems. So
Right.
when you get
overcompensate.
older, you overcompensate. And when I was teaching improv, actually it's funny, the biggest note I got was like, so hey, you can't tell everyone good job because it's not always good job. And I'm like, yeah, but isn't positive reinforcement better than like, I don't know where you were,
Yeah,
I don't know
right.
what was happening, and I'm disappointed.
Amanda,
Yeah.
I don't want you to change.
No.
No,
I
it's
agree with
great.
that. I like that too.
Everybody in the comments,
Ball
let
busted,
everybody in
yeah.
the comments, let Amanda know she's doing a great job.
You're doing great, sweetie.
I'm not mad.
No. Walks off set.
I walk out, I come in here next, I'm like, terrible idea.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
Stupid.
And it's just like,
You just have a Boston
you-
accent next episode?
Fucking dumb. Honestly,
dumb.
you fucking accent like a fucking piece of
Why'd
shit.
you even fucking come in?
Why'd you even fucking come here? That's not
In
my
your fucking head,
Yeah,
you come in,
you
you think
you
you're like
fucking-
something.
Don't you fucking talk to me that way.
No, get off.
Don't talk to me this way. I'm a Keebler elf. I make cookies. I make cookies that people enjoy.
That's like a cigar.
Yeah. Hey. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm running things around here.
Fellas.
I make those circles with the fudge lines on them. People love them.
Ron, stop fucking talking to everybody outside. Get back inside the house. Honestly, Ron, you're being like a fucking piece of shit, Ron.
It's the best. Boston accent is just all like in one.
It's all right
it's
here.
all
Right
one
here, you
word.
gotta
Just
know.
Yeah,
all
it was
put
so
up
crazy.
together.
Like, he went outside and it was like, duh, what are you doing? I said,
People listening to this are driving to work are like, what is happening right now?
We're like, okay, pause. I need a self-help podcast.
ADHD.
Honey, what are you listening to? It's Call Me Kris.
Yeah.
I
I think
can't.
they all did shrooms before the podcast.
They were talking about prison talk earlier? Now
Yeah.
they're-
In Wales.
Wow. Well,
Wow.
this has gone
Well.
This has gone crazy, and I love it.
better
do
than
too.
expected.
This has been so lovely. I'm by myself in Canada all the time, so it's so lovely to talk to such amazing creative people.
Okay.
And like, you just inspire me. So I thank you for
Okay.
this little
I don't
Okay.
think we need to inspire you. You just
Thank
told us how
you.
you wrote a movie, a TV show.
It's not you guys inspired me. We're like, cool, working on Keebler Elf.
Cool. So Keebler Elf with a cigar
Yes,
is my day.
so cool.
Sorry.
So
shut
okay, all these things you're working on. Is there anything you want to shout out? Anything that you're?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was telling you earlier before we started, I'm starting a podcast. It should be coming out in a couple weeks,
Okay.
which I'm very excited. It's a travel podcast, so I go to people, we sit and talk, but I also do stuff with them, whether it's like going on a hike or like doing something they love to do and kind of
Cool.
intercutting it. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Awesome.
It'll be fun. We'd love to have you guys on sometime.
Hell
it.
yeah.
That would
I'll
be
go on a
great.
hike.
We'll go down to the
Yeah.
LA River, hang out, fish.
Go into the ocean, find some whales.
Yeah,
Let's go with a clear.
I will go on a clear
Kayak.
kayak with you guys.
Whoa, that would actually be okay.
Whoa.
Let's
Well,
book that.
Let's
Okay.
put it on. Yeah, I love that.
Let's do it.
All right.
This is Call Me
Right.
Kris, and this is Smosh Mouth.
That's right.
All right.
Get out of here.
Bye.
Get out of here. I'm making
Get outta
cookies.
here. Get out of here.
I'm making cookies here. I wrote that down and I was like, should I just not say it? Should I just not?
I love when you write it down and you're sitting there and you're like, I'm not gonna say it. You say it. You say it, and people are like, yeah, that's so interesting. You're right, I do that. It's true. I'll be like,
No, I get
so
that.
cool.
No.
I get that.